Alright guys, time for a lecture. What's up guys? I'm Johnny Taxonomy. Today I'm going to talk to you about binomial nomenclature, or species naming. We can't do so without talking about a little bit of the history behind it, and therein a man named Carl Linnaeus. So, Linnaeus was a Swedish botanist, physician, zoologist. He lived from 1707 to 1778, and he's known as the father of modern taxonomy, in that he formalized the modern system of naming organisms, binomial nomenclature. So before Linnaeus ever published binomial nomenclature as we know it today, he first published what's known as the law of priority in his book Philosophia Botanica. And the law of priority states that the first official binomial name, the first scientific name attributed to a species, takes precedent over all that follow. It is the most correct. And this is important because it means that there can only be one most correct name, and therefore the most proper name, and that's in part why we have binomial nomenclatures, for, again, that unique identification of each species. Following that initial publication is when we see binomial nomenclature used in the literature for the first time as we know it today. And that was in 1753 and 1758 in his publications Species Plantarum and Systema Naturae, respectively. So let's break down a binomial name. We have our two parts, the genus and the specific epithet. The genus always comes first and it is capitalized, and the specific epithet always comes second and it is always lowercase. It is okay to abbreviate the genus just to the first letter, still capitalized, if you are writing it repetitively in a sentence or in a paragraph. However, when the species name is used at the start of a sentence, no matter how many times you've said it, if it is at the start of a sentence, you must write out the full genus name still. And something that's important to note as well is that when you're handwriting a species name, so with a pen or pencil or whatever, hand to paper, you must underline it. And whenever you are typing a species name, you must italicize it. So another important thing to mention is sometimes you'll see genus names followed by just an abbreviation with SP or S and two P's. And the SP is singular, and the S and two P's, that's plural. And you might wonder, okay, well, when do we use that? So to give a basic example, if I could identify something down to the genus, I knew it belonged to that closely knit group, but I couldn't identify which specific species that was within the genus, I could accurately write the genus followed by SP. And that SP, by the way, that does not follow the same rules as, say, the actual specific epithet that would go there. So you don't have to underline or italicize it. It exists as an abbreviation that just kind of tags along. And in fact, it's incorrect to italicize or underline. It stands alongside the genus, which still follows those original rules. However, it's a little bit unclear, or it can also just be used in short when continually referring to a specific species when you don't want to say the full name out every single time. Similarly, a genus followed by an S with two P's, that being the plural form, that's when we're referring to the genus as a whole and all those within it. And so binomial nomenclature is important because it is how we name a species and give it its own individual specific scientific name. And using that name transcends borders, it transcends languages. It allows us to communicate with each other and know that we're referring to the same thing. So it's very important for communication. And scientific names, I feel, are far superior to common names because, one, they're more accurate, and two, one common name could be applied to 20 different animals across the globe. And so just in that example alone, it's not going to be good to use because we could both be saying the same common name but be referring to two completely different animals. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that you learned something. If anything was confusing or redundant or whatever it might be, please let me know in the comment section below. I'm happy to answer any questions, and it goes much deeper than this, by the way, of course. Believe it or not, this was brief, given the subject matter. And if you're new to this channel, thanks for watching. Please hit that subscribe button, like, share, comment. Any support that you can give to the channel is much appreciated. And I'll see you guys next week.